filmed a whole entire video that day of a full face of Morphe, and I hated it. And I was like, you know what? We're going to come back to this because I think it was probably a lot of what my mood was at the time and just frustration. So we're going to come back and we're going to try it again. So I look a little crazy, but my eyebrows are done. My eyes are primed. I am going to be using this palette from Morphe. Now, I mentioned I had picked up one of their 6-pan palettes. I know those have very high ratings on Ulta, but I was not impressed. So maybe if you get a neutral one, it won't be nearly as bad as the one that I had, but the neutrals I used in that palette were patchy and awful. And to be quite honest, I don't love this palette either. And I caught myself, Ulta has them on sale for $9, and I caught myself almost buying another one, and I'm like, Misty, you have a Profusion palette that was $9 that you like better than this. So yeah, but I'm gonna wear it today. I'm gonna do some headshots. I need a new kind of headshot with the bald. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the same matte. So it was like this one, this one, this one, and then I used this shimmer, this shimmer, this shimmer. I don't remember. We're gonna play around with it. So yeah, so I hope you guys are doing well. It's actually Monday. I'm looking at the clock because I'm filming this at 10:15 and I have therapy at 11. Luckily it is virtual, but I was like, I want to get this video started before therapy. That way I can have at least my eye look done before. So I'll flash up a picture of the finished look for you guys. You can, well, no, I won't. I'll wait to the end. I wait to the end because I have something I want to share with you. But anyway, so I have a Throwback 30 introduction that was supposed to go up last month that didn't. So I'm probably just going to wait until the end of the month to get that posted. Story of my life, right? Story of my life. So this one will go up, and then the next one you see will be that haul that I filmed at the beginning of August. And then I'm hoping to get some new projects going. I think one of them is going to be the antithesis of That's Expensive. And I have a name in mind. I'm not going to tell you yet, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be all about beauty under like $20. So we'll see. I know the Fantastic Ladies has a project called Budget Beauty, but they didn't do it this year. And I don't know when or if they'll bring it back. So this probably won't be a Fantastic Ladies collab. It'll probably just be me and whomever wants to join along. I am going to skip rejoining ColourPan for now. That one ends in December. And same with That's Expensive, that also ends in December. I'm going to try to come back with just a few projects and then add on as we go along. So yeah, so today's look is going to be a very monochromatic look. I've got their blush trio, I've got some bronzer drops, I have their foundation. So yeah, so it's going to be an easy look. I'm not trying to go, well, I am putting on lashes, so yeah. So the problem is, you can probably see my eye hoodies are a bit more pronounced now. And so even with mascara on, and even though mascara makes my lashes really long, they still kind of stick out straight. And when I took a picture the other day, it looked like I had no lashes. And I was like, Misty, we gotta figure out something. The problem is I cannot get an eyeshadow curler here because I have such big cheeks. So I'm like, can I do it upside down? Like, what do? I had bought a heated one that was basically worthless and wasn't worth the money I spent on it. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna save the deepest color, I think, for some liner. So I'm gonna use that next color to kind of go into the crease. Now the lightest color is like really white, and so I'm not going to use that to blend out at all. So yeah, but anyway, I hope you're doing well. It's Monday. I already had pain management this morning. That's why I'm already up and going. I normally have therapy at 10, But I was like, I don't know if I'll be home by then. Because even though my appointment was at 8:15 with my pain management doctor, sometimes she's right on time, and today she was. I was done by 8:30. Sometimes it can take, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half for her to get to me. So Rob normally drops me off, and I was like, I don't know if I'll be back in time for 10 o'clock therapy. So we rescheduled for 11 today. I went from seeing her every other week to every week. After I got home from surgery, I was like, I need some help. So I'm almost 4 months post-op, which is bananas. I am amazed. It goes by so quick. One thing that I've decided to do, and you'll see at the end of the video, is that I have decided to go ahead and grow my hair back. One reason why I went ahead and shaved it again is because I hated the way that it was growing in. Like, hated the way that it was growing in. So I have decided that I'm going to grow it in and just not look at it. So I am going to do something to make sure that I don't watch it while it's growing in, and we'll see how that goes. I figured that I'm not going to want it to be, I don't want to be bald in the winter. I feel like it'll be too cold, even though I do have a really cute strawberry shortcake stocking hat. If you're a strawberry shortcake fan, I am selling a purse, actually. I bought one, and while it's adorable, I don't love the shape of it. So I am going to sell that. I paid $145 plus shipping. I'm asking $130 plus shipped here in the US. So if you're interested, just let me know. They're they're handmade. They're absolutely gorgeous. This one doesn't have, I didn't pay for the scented option this time. But yeah, so if you're interested, just let me know. I'll pop up a picture. It's absolutely adorable, and my goal is to use the money I make from selling that purse to get a new one. I like the original shape I got. It's just a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit easier, which probably sounds counterintuitive, but it is a little bit easier for me to carry, and that's probably the most important thing for me. I bought some new bras. I hope they work. I've been wearing these Fruit of the Loom, I think they're sports bras. The issue I'm having is my boobs slide out the bottom. They're fine for like wearing around the house, and they've kind of done what I needed them to do as far as wearing outside the house. But I did buy, I don't remember the name of the brand, but it's one of those supposed to support you without a wire. We'll see how that goes. I'm at like a 46 triple D-ish. They're kind of big and deflated, not inflated. People ask me all the time if I think I want to have skin removal surgery, and I probably will have to. I don't know that that'll be a choice, but one thing I definitely want to do is have my boobs reduced and lifted. Fat, whatever we need to do to make them perky. And maybe a B cup. We'll see. I'm not quite there yet. I mean, I'm still 300 pounds, even though I've lost a ton of weight. I did get to 299, but I haven't been back because eating. I wasn't eating when I was in the hospital or when I got out of the hospital. Ended up with cavities. It's a whole thing. I talk about it more on my At Home with Misty channel if you're interested. Like, does that? I feel like it's patchy. And if it's patchy, it's probably my fault. I don't want it to be a rough eye look. Also makes it as smoky as possible. So yeah, this is probably really the only other palette I was drawn to. If you follow me at all, you know I'm not huge into neutrals, but these are the kind of neutrals I can get behind. These kind of berry, coppery tones are right up my alley. I have a mirror right in front of me now. I had to get a new one because My friend had given me the other one like 16 or 17 years ago, which is bananas. I haven't seen them in like 11 years and it makes me really sad. But I think that's what happens sometimes. You know, you're not someone who has kids, but you know someone who has. Okay, so let's talk about this center shade. It's supposed to be foiled. It's supposed to be beautiful. It's okay. Like, I guess for what it is, I shouldn't have high expectations, but I don't love it. I actually don't love it. So here's the other shimmers. So this is the one beside it. This reminds me of like NARS or Frosé from Tarte. It's got that kind of pink to gold flip. That was for me to get off the couch. I already did. So these are the other shimmers. I kind of want to do these two, I think. Let's see how we go. I am going to use my fingers. I got my nails done. Listen, last time I got my nails done, I asked them to make them oval. I was like, never mind, abort, abort, abort. So they finally grew back in, and this time I told the girl, I need them as square as possible. As square as you can get them where I won't, like, hurt my eyeball. I think what I'm gonna do is, this is After Party, the cheek palette I picked up. And it's more of like I'm gonna be monochromatic for real life. And I was thinking maybe I could top it with this, so cream, and then powder. Top it, like put this cream down and then top it. Let's see how that looks. So I think the only thing I had purchased from Morphe pre-sale was, I tried that foundation, which was awful, the original foundation. And I think I tried a lip liner, but I don't remember buying anything else from them. I just thought they were shady, and I thought their makeup looked like shite. But they've since sold, if you didn't know that. It's no longer owned by Linda Morphe or her brother or anybody like that. Jaclyn Hill's not a part of it. Jeffrey, James, all of the players from back in the day are no longer involved, which is the only reason why I gave them a second chance. And so far, I'm not loving everything, but there are some actual real winners in this. The number one being the concealer. I love it so very much. I love it so much. Okay, so let's try the middle shade, that kind of foiled shade on top of this and see. Yeah, it's just not, I just don't like it. Here we go. So this is that kind of flippy shade. If you've been with me for a while, you know I really like a really pretty gradient from like light to deep, and that center shade just doesn't do it. I don't know why it doesn't, but it sure don't. Is it awful? No. But I picked up a couple of the Profusion palettes, the $9 palettes, the kind of bigger ones. The mattes in those, fantastic. The shimmers in those, fantastic. So 10 out of 10 would recommend those over these. Like, I've tried 2 of them now, and they're not my favorite. And they're still expensive for drugstore. Even when they're on sale, I say they're worth it. I haven't tried an LA Girl palette in a while, but I loved the one I panned. I think I did it in not No Pan Left Behind. What was it called? Project Level Up. Really pretty, but I haven't tried one in a hot minute. I was gonna do a full face of LA Girl, but LA Girl got expensive. I was like, damn, when did this happen? What did I do with that? Excuse me, I need a drink. So yeah, LA Girl got expensive, but so you guys can vote on the next full face. I have Wet n Wild, I have Essence. Well, I don't have an eyeshadow palette for Essence. I have Catrice, Revolution, Morphe. I'm doing Wet n Wild Profusion. So you can let me know which one you're interested in doing next. I'm not going to do these every week, but maybe a couple of times a month. Listen, I don't consider myself some kind of expert or anything like that. I've always said I'm just some fat girl on the internet who likes to play with makeup, and I have a lot of it. And I just have been in the mood to play with new makeup. Plus I did a pretty big destash. Oh, and ColourPop is the last one. I have a bucket of ColourPop behind me. It was actually going to be this video, and I was like, oh, I can do a ColourPop, full face of ColourPop, and then rejoin ColourPan. And then I was like, Misty, ColourPan ends real soon. And I put the blush I'm trying to finish in Throwback 30, which you guys haven't seen yet. Trust me, it's in there. So yeah, I think I'm going to change backgrounds again. The problem is I have like an old camcorder that I use, and the white balance is just a pain in the butt. And I would really like it to be a bit more neutral than pulling so warm. So we'll see. I don't know yet. It's way down on the list. Okay. I feel like that's as bright as it's going to get for right now. I am going to pull in that lighter shade in my inner corner. So we're going to quit for now. The only thing Morphe doesn't have is a highlighter, which is kind of weird. I didn't buy an eyeliner, but I am going to use that darkest shade to go against my lash line. I don't want anything too harsh, but I am going to put on lashes. So I do need, I do need something. I do need something. So I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been hard, and then all the rhetoric around it has been infuriating. It's like, this guy was not a martyr. He was not a good person. I don't understand why he's being celebrated. I mean, no, I can understand why he's being celebrated. He's basically been used to pit people against each other, which I think is the last thing we need as a country, but what do I know? So I am on the hunt for a loose powder that is like, it's got some sheen to it. I've been trying to wear makeup out more. I mean, I probably won't be able to do that as much once I start wearing my mask again, which I need to start doing now that I'm back on immune suppression therapy. But I want to set like at least my nose area for where my glasses sit. I found new frames. They're so cute. Cannot wait for you guys to see them. I'm going red. We're going back red. Could be Sally Jessy Raphael again. Got a lot of fallout with these shades. I think that's probably 100% my fault. Okay. Let me clean up my fallout. I'm gonna use a pointed Q-tip with some Bioderma. Just gonna kind of roll it. People ask me, why don't you do winged eyeliner? Because I have hooded eyes, and I would have to do it some kind of Willy Wonka way, and I'm just, I don't want to make it look like a lightning bolt or whatever you have to do. It's just not worth it to me. Plus, it'll never in its life be even. I mean, even just drawing a line across my eye, it's not even. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, I need a new mirror. I have this new big mirror, but I don't have a good hand mirror that's not eaten up by anything. I just tried to wipe this down with Windex, I think, when I washed the front, and it literally took off all of the writing. I mean, other than that, it's a pretty decent mirror, but I'm old, I'm in menopause. Like, I need something I can see out of. I also didn't get a mascara from them. I'm gonna use this bubble. I've been testing this. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna put a little bit on, and then I'm gonna put on some half lashes. You're like, Misty, you never do your lashes before your base. I know. Should I probably do it, not do it now? Probably. Maybe I won't. I don't think I have time to finish my face though before therapy. Okay, let's talk complexion. So you saw the blush palette, I have that. I've got the setting powder, their finishing powder. This is actually really pretty. I picked up their setting spray. I've got bronzer drops. I got the drops instead of the stick because it was a better value. It's pretty. I mean, a bronzer is a bronzer. And then I picked up the foundation and the concealer. Both of these in light neutral. Whatever the lightest neutral was is what I got. Look at the difference. Both of them are light neutral. This fan flippin' tastic. It's gorgeous on the skin, has a beautiful texture. If you're someone with oily lids or oily under eye, you may not like it because it stays glowy and hydrated unless you set it, but it's absolutely beautiful. But this foundation is so flippin' yellow. It's so yellow. So I bought a blue mixing pigment from LA Girl to mix it up in, and it doesn't help that this is, oh no, it is a pump. So yeah, so this is this foundation, I've used it 6 times. This will be my 6th time, I think. The first few times I used it, I was like, this is awful. And I used it the other day for that other video, and I was like, this is just not getting any better. And so, but later in the day, because I did my makeup earlier in the day that day, I was noticing that it actually looked okay in real life. I'm probably going to hate my life for this, but we're going to put the blue inside the bottle, and then we're going to mix it, maybe. And I don't understand why it's so yellow. They did such a good job on the color on the concealer, but this is just not it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue mixing this until I get a color I like. And then I'm going to do therapy, and then I will come back and we will finish up this look, and then I will take my headshots and I can fill out my paperwork. Okay, so it has been 4 hours, because the last time I spoke to you guys it was like 10 till 10. No, 10 till 11. No. Yes. I don't know. It's almost 2. So I got some lashes on. Is that a shadow or is that a shadow? Nope, it's a flake. Okay. I'm gonna hold up. I'm gonna screenshot this and then screenshot the other one. I put like, this is not hyperbole. I put 21 pumps of blue pigment and 1 pump of white pigment. That. It probably wasn't enough, but we're gonna do what we can do. Now on my face, the issue I've been having lately is I have these jowl wrinkles, my forehead wrinkles, I mean like between my brows and then my forehead wrinkles. This is a brand that's behaved badly and they're on my shit list for now. But I wanted to try a primer, so I had this one, Vanish Away mineral primer from e.l.f. It feels like just a regular silicone primer, but I'm looking for something that will like fill in the lines. Is there not something that will fill them in so I no longer have them? Like, can we do that? Okay, so we're using that to prime the face. I've used this enough to know whether or not I will like it with this primer. I mean, I don't like this foundation to begin with. So I will say this. As much as I hated on it, it did look pretty at the end of the day. It looked pretty at the end of the day. But the path to getting there was, look at how yellow this is. And I've put so much blue. Now this, I find to be something that you can't really build. Like, I feel like it self-settles. I didn't look it up to see what kind of, if it has that property, but it feels like it. This is a velour sponge from Shop Miss A. I prefer this with a, what is this? A sponge over a brush. I feel like a sponge just kind of blends it in a little bit better. It's not an awful color. It's not a good color, but it's not an awful color. Let's shake this baby up. I could add a touch of blue, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on my face and then we're gonna go over it with concealer. And we'll add concealer where I feel like I need it to help kind of get the color halfway decent. And then I'm gonna do concealer last. I'm gonna look like I have caverns. In a cavern, in a cavern, it's waiting for mine. Lived a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. So my main issue with this foundation is just that I can't get it to not look patchy. And that's probably on me more than it is the foundation. I get it, I do. But like I said, I don't think you can build. So that's why I'm kind of working in sections, is because this really can't build all that much. And I'm not so worried about my forehead because I have something I'm going to do with it. I should say my 5 head. Rob's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, how big my forehead is. My hairline. I am planning to grow my hair back. Did I mention that? I don't think I did. I am planning to grow my hair back out. So those of you, I don't think it was on this channel, but there was one of my other channels, like, you need to grow your hair back. I will grow my hair back when I want to grow my hair back. And I'm at the point where I kind of want to try to grow it back. So I'm going to do something to help that process more mentally than physically. I figure since I'm on hormone replacement therapy, I can restart my biotin now that I'm not worried about my hair growing out or my nails growing out. So we'll see how we go. It'll be a slow process and we'll see how we get there. I have been using the, oh my god, you guys. I picked up this scalp serum from Pacifica and it's got rosemary and mint, peppermint. The other day, I picked that up. For some reason, I guess I thought it was my face oil and I just put it all over my face. And when I realized what I did, I was like, oh god. So it's been like 5 minutes having to wash my face off. And it was just like, because I'm using argan oil, Josie Maran argan oil. I have the big one, like the big one, the 8-ounce one. And I've put it in these little jars. And I was just like, yeah, dropper on my face. Wait a minute. And it hadn't even started burning yet, which is good. Okay, this is as good as we're gonna get, I think. The coverage isn't bad. But I literally used 21 pumps of blue pigment and 1 pump of white pigment to get me to this yellow. Maybe I need to add another color. You guys will have to let me know. Maybe I color corrected it incorrectly. I don't think I did, but maybe I did. I used to have like a cool toned, like darker skin foundation that I bought for a foundation mixer. It doesn't need to be darkened, but it needs to be a bit cooler. And that's why I keep adding blue, because blue is cool toned. So, yeah. How's it doing with that primer? I mean, I'm aging. I'm menopausal now. So. I'm gonna have to not worry about it. It is what it is. Okay, so I picked up the bronzer drops. Everything I've picked up, I was gonna say everything I picked up is in the lightest color. That's not true, but the drops, I picked the lightest color. I'm gonna put that much, so that's probably way too much. Back of my hand. I'm gonna use my sponge. So we're gonna pick a side. I normally do the smaller side. You're like, Misty, that's way too dark. It'll blend out, I promise. And the whole point of this is to like bring down this forehead a little bit. Bring it down. Bring down the forehead just a little bit. Bring it down. But it has a really pretty blend. You can see, I mean, I'm basically blended it into my hairline. Wrong side. But it's got a really pretty color. Now, this After Party blush is a rosy shade. And one thing that I've started leaning towards is more of a rosy shade bronzer. I'm Native American, American Indian, and the slur exists because we do have a little bit of red in our skin. I mean, slurs are never okay, but I'm just like saying, you know, there is red in the skin, a little bit of red. So I feel, look how pretty that is. I feel like a more ready tone bronzer looks good. So I'm actually going to use this blush because I don't think, do they have any powder bronzers? They don't have any powder bronzers. So I'm going to use this blush as my powder bronzer and my blush. We're going to be very monochromatic today, guys. Very monochromatic, very mindful. So this is an After Party. Like I said, we got a cream, a powder, cream, powder. There's another one that is more of a bronzer, I think. This one, again, has a bit of a rosy tone to it. If you can hear my tummy, I apologize. It's like making all the noises today. Okay, I'm going to mix a little bit of the two creams. I like to start way up here where my glasses sit. You can see where they can sit. My next pair of glasses is going to be a little bigger. They're a little bit wider, so I tried them on and they don't touch the sides of my face, and I was like, oh. I'm switching from a cat eye shape to a butterfly shape, which I had never heard of. I guess it's probably new since I'd never heard of it before. But I really like lifting. I have a very round face, so anything that kind of helps lift it. I just like that shape on me better. I used to wear rectangular. I mean, there wasn't really a whole bunch around when I was a kid. So, yes. Add a bit more on this side. I feel like I lost some of it. This also blends out beautifully. I will say, well, it's good. It's $19, so it's a little on the spendy side, but you are getting 3 products, so there's that. I actually prefer the ones from Makeup Revolution better. Now they aren't, you don't get 2 creams. You get 1 cream, a powder blush, and then a highlighter. And I have these in 2 different colorways, and they're really pretty, and they're like 12 bucks. So yeah. Did I mention that I purchased from Makeup Revolution website and I had to pay like $20 in duties? A friend of mine, Connie, hi Connie, she sent me the Cosmic Brushes, a couple of their palettes I talked about in my Get Ready With Me video. And I just got an email from them today, September the 15th, that they have started reshipping to the United States, but they're including tariffs in their prices. And I'm like, God dang. It wasn't gonna cost us anything though, remember guys? Okay, I picked up a little bit of that sparkly or the shimmer to see if that would, God dang, stomach, what are you doing down there? Calm down. Calm your date. Therapy went well. If you can afford it, I highly suggest the therapist. Now, I know not everybody can. I know not everybody can. But if you can. My therapist is amazing. Unfortunately, she's only in Texas. Okay, I love this concealer. I'm going to show you what it looks like without anything underneath it, like a color corrector, because I feel like you don't really need one. I also feel like this blends out best with your finger, but I like to kind of get it started. How did I do it before? There was a video before I shaved my head and it looked like I had no under eyes, and I was like, God dang, that looks so pretty. Now this is, I did add back on a little bit of my eye cream, which is luminous, and this is also luminous. So that's why I've been on the hunt for a little bit of a powder that I can use to help set. How pretty is that? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And I feel like you could also use a sponge for sure. And you could use the brush. I have a brush. Yeah. There it is. I found this set. I think they're Jessup. Yeah, Jessup on Amazon. And I like that it can get right there in the corner. But I also just use my finger. I mean, as long as your hands are clean, excuse me, it shouldn't be an issue. But did you see how easy it blends? I mean, it's just so pretty, so pretty. If you don't buy anything else, and you don't even have to buy the concealer. Like, listen, this isn't a shop with me video. I'll talk about that with my therapist. I was like, I think makeup is just my hyperfixation right now. And I said, and I also think it was giving myself motivation to get back in front of the camera and film. I'm not a review channel. Like, I don't think I'll ever consider myself a review channel. I mean, maybe someday, who knows? I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on makeup, but I did a big declutter, and then I was like, it wouldn't be too bad to bring some new stuff in. So this is what it looks like without any color corrector. I can still see a little bit, so I'm just gonna add, you could either add color corrector beforehand, but I'm just gonna add a little bit more concealer. Not much, like I'm wiping it off and just kind of boop, boop. Just kind of touching it in the area I need it. And I'm just gonna pat it around. I'm gonna use the Cloud Setter powder, Cloudlight, Soft Glow Veil. This is in the color Dawn. Again, it's the lightest. This is a finishing powder. I'm gonna use it to set a little bit of my under eye area, like right here on my nose, and on my nose, so I can wear my glasses. Do I need a new powder puff? I think I can just whip this one out. I mean, I'm just gonna put barely anything. I just need enough on my nose to kind of help with the glasses, but I want to keep that glow. Listen, I'm a dry beige. I like being glowy. I'm going to take a really big fluffy brush. I'm going to go around and just add a little bit. And I'm just doing this so I can add the powder blush. So we're going to do that. Again, this is an after party. It's the hotel lobby. What song is that? I was like, what am I doing? It's a really pretty rosy toned. I feel like I'm very pumpkin spicy today. Speaking of, Rob and I both want something sweet. Like, I really want something sweet. And Nothing Bundt Cakes has a caramel apple cider buntlet. They also have a pumpkin spice buntlet. I don't like pumpkin spice, really. I mean, I'll eat like a pumpkin loaf. Like, give me a pumpkin loaf. I will eat the hell out of a pumpkin loaf. The ones that have the cream cheese in the middle, they're swirly. Those are good. It's literally pumpkin cake with cream cheese frosting. It's so good. I will eat that until the cows come home. But I don't really love, like, I won't have a pumpkin spice latte. I tried it. It tastes like squash. Continuous Setting Mist, and then I'm going to do my under eyes. And I'm going to use an eyeshadow for my inner corner and for my highlighter. This is okay. I think it does help makeup stay. But this little can was $12. I'm just like, everything is so expensive. Okay, I'm going to keep my face just like this. If I don't move my head, maybe maybe I won't get it everywhere. Okay, let's bring this palette back in. I did not buy a liner from Morphe, their eyeliners. Well, I did. It's purple though, and I don't want to add purple into this look. So I'm going to do brown. No, I did nude yesterday. This is actually a pearl liner from LA Girl. So I'm going to put this in. Their Shockwave liners are good. This has a little bit of sheen, but it's not like a lot of sheen. So I'm going to put that in the waterline. I may have to come back and add some more. Oop. I have how far I go stuck in my head. I've been staring at the edge of the water as long as I can remember, never really knowing why. Okay, I'm gonna take this color and blend it out with this color for my under eye, and then we're going to use this shimmer to go in the inner corner and as a highlighter. Let's do the highlighter part first. Do I need highlighter? No, I'm gonna add a little bit though. I like to glow. I like to glow. I like to glow to the gods, to the gods. I like to glow. I like to sing. I like to sing about the moon and the tuna and the spring. I like to sing. Listen, my brain is shuffling all the time. Sometimes I'll be like, how did, like Sledgehammer, that song by Peter Gabriel. I was like, she's a sledgehammer, and Rob's like, I think it's I'm a sledgehammer. And I'm like, well, I like she's a sledgehammer better. Right, I'm using an angled brush to go underneath my lash line. I'm going to bring that up and connect those two. I am going to blend it out, but we're connecting. This chair sounds like it's going to die. Probably needs to be tightened. These lashes are actually half lashes from Amazon. I really struggle with them. The band is pretty thick. So, but I really like half lashes now rather than a full lash, because a full lash will lift in the corner no matter how much I cut them. And I don't like that. Then I'm bringing a smudger brush. I used this one the other day. It's white. And I'm just going to smudge right under that and connecting that line. And the goal is just to have no harsh lines, but I also don't want it to go all the way in the corner. I don't have affiliate links. I mean, some of my Amazon ones are affiliate links. So if you see any links in the comments or in the description box, I'll try to be good and mark them if they're affiliate, but for the most part, I only have Amazon affiliates links, and I've made exactly $3.20 something. I had Rob guess the other day. He's like, guess how much money I've made from Amazon? He's like, I don't know how much. I said $3. Okay, lightest color on a pencil brush. I'm going to connect it with the lower lash line. Listen, I'm not a beauty guru. I'm just some fat girl on the internet who likes to play with makeup. So I'm just sharing my tips and tricks. If this isn't how you do your makeup, more power to you. Is this a lot? Yeah, it is a lot. Do you need to wear this much makeup? No, you don't. Am I? Yeah, I am. Why? Because I'm about to take some pictures. Makeup, you need it to be a little bit heavier to show on camera and in film sometimes. So I'm not wearing this outside the house. I mean, I would. I did the other day, but listen, I would go outside with a blue smoky eye. I love makeup and I love color, and I'm not trying to pretend that I don't have makeup on my face. Okay, now it's time for lips. So I picked up, this is not one of their new lip liners. This is a retractable lip liner. And I guess Soulmatte. And then one of the drip glosses in this color. I've gotten back into lip liners. I haven't used them in forever, but when I go out, when I leave the house, I like putting on a lip liner and just slapping a gloss on top. And then when the gloss wears down, then the lip liner is still there. And I've gotten better about not overlining. Yeah, I'm getting better at not overlining. Also me overlines. The problem is, do you guys have a white line around your lips? It's not from the foundation. It's there all the time. So it's like, do I cover the white? Are they even? This gloss is fine. It's very opaque, which, I mean, I'm not showing it with you right now, but it is opaque. It smells like vanilla cupcake, which I actually hate that scent. 9 times out of 10, it ends up tasting like a buttered popcorn thing, and I hate it. Okay, question is, am I going to wear, so let me show you what my thought process is for my head. You ready? I found this set on Amazon. They're hella cute. And I want to be able to grow my hair out without seeing my hair grow out. And doesn't it just look good with this face? Let me go pick a shirt out. So this was my full Face of Morphe. What do I recommend? If you have the money to splurge or spend, I love the concealer. The concealer is fantastic. The blush palette is really pretty. That cloud powder is really nice. The bronzer did what bronzers do. The lip liner and lip gloss, they're okay. The eyeshadows, I just think you can do better at the drugstore. Let me show you a palette. You're going to see this palette at some point in your life. But this is the Twilight Hour palette from Profusion. You can get this at Walmart. It's $9. This is heads and tails better than that one. The mattes are a better quality, and the shimmers in this one are just so beyond special. I mean, look at that. They're pigmented, they're blendable. I did an eye look with this palette, and I just thought it turned out so pretty. So anyway, I think you can do better, but if you're in a Morphe mood, pick it up if you want to. I would stay away from the 6 pans, but I know me and a few other people are probably outliers because I do have really good reviews. I just think that the mattes are hard to work with, and like I said, I think you can find better. So yeah, so anyway, let me know which brand you'd want to see next. Like I said, we have Profusion, Wet n Wild, Makeup Revolution, Catrice, Essence. I really want to do Rimmel, but I'm trying not to spend a bunch of money right now. I'm trying to save money because I need gum work and Roxy needs surgery. So I'm starting a challenge on October the 1st, and I'm going to try to go the rest of the year on a very low buy, very low buy. I can't do a no buy because then I just rebel against myself. And so yeah, anywho, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Like I said, I have a couple of other projects I would like to start, so we'll get on that. And then yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. Take time to disconnect and recharge. The world has been heavy, and it's okay to not know what you're feeling, or for your emotions to be all over the place, or to be conflicted. everything that you're feeling is valid. So take a moment, take a breath, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.